There are thousands of cold email guides out there. Nowadays, it is impossible to differentiate whether the advice from cold email gurus are actually legit or if they are giving out bad information. As a beginner, you can easily get buried in the mountain of information that's available to you. I've been running cold emails for over 10 years, and looking back, I made a ton of mistakes and would do things completely differently. That's why in this video, I'm going to be revealing the exact blueprint to getting started with cold email if I was a complete beginner and had to learn everything from scratch. And yes, this video will be a little bit longer, so if you don't have the patience to sit down and watch it from start to end, you're probably not meant to make a lot of money. Now that we're left with the winners who are absolutely going to dominate in business, let's get right into it. And first things first, we need to talk about the mindset when we're starting cold email. Time and time again, I come across people that are just wanting to dabble in cold email. But the reality is, if you're going shallow with cold email, really with any strategy, you will not have any success. The mindset needs to be one of commitment. This isn't going to happen in a day, and it will take some time to get set up, but knowing that the payoff is going to be worth it. Also, volume is king. We can't just send 100 emails and expect to scale our business overnight. We should be sending 100 emails an hour in order to get the results you're actually anticipating to get from cold email. If you can adapt this, if you can understand these two things, you will see results in cold email. So the second real component of cold email after mindset that I want to talk to you about is the offer. Your offer is absolutely king. I see so many people just blasting a general offer, hoping they have something that's going to stick. They're positioning themselves as a generalist and not a specialist, which is exactly what you don't want to do, especially when you're starting your journey when it comes to cold email. In order to absolutely crush it, we need to have an offer that can absolutely crush it for the people that we're emailing. First, we need to have a clear niche. Who is it that we're specifically working with and wanting to target? Getting as specific and granular as possible is important. Two is clarity on the customer pain points. What are the pain points that your customers have? What are the outcomes that you can provide to solve those pain points? Next, we need a process. What is your clear 4-step process to get them where they are, to using your service or offer, which will get them to where you are promising to get them with the outcome? Then we need what's called a unique mechanism, which is something that we can call the process, which can be like our social funnel system, our lead gen accelerator, our home builder recruitment system, our AI automation chatbot, whatever it could be. We need to name it something to get somebody's attention and to pique curiosity. Then we need a time frame, how long they can expect to actually see the results, and then a guarantee. This can be result oriented or it can be satisfaction oriented. If we have a strong offer, it should sound something like this. We help niches with pain points achieve outcomes using our unique mechanism in time frame guarantee. Now that we have mindset and our offer out of the way, let's talk about who we're getting the offer in front of and getting a list of emails to reach out to. It's important to make sure that the people that we're reaching out to actually fit within our niche, and we can get the right people to reach out to in the volume needed that we need to actually send emails. If we don't pull the right emails, we risk ending up in spam, and this whole thing is going to go to complete waste. So to get the list, what I'm going to suggest is we use a software that has a database of millions of business owners that are looking for our service. In this case, I'm going to use a tool called Instantly Lead Finder. When I pull up Instantly Lead Finder, there's literally softwares out there that have databases of emails of business owners, and I can simply search for them. We can search by people's job titles, location, industry, employees, revenue, keywords, and much, much more. Let's just do plumbing, plumbers, HVAC, plumbing. Then I go to job titles. I just put owner, CEO, founder, CMO. Here's over 8,800 people that we can reach out to in just about 10 seconds. Now let's say if we wanted to pick an industry, let's just say that we wanted to work with construction companies and we wanted the location to be in the United States and we wanted their management level to be C-level. Here's a list of 284,000 people that we can reach out to. So a couple ways inside of Instantly Lead Finder, we can go ahead and save this search, or we can select them and export them. Good thing about having it inside of Instantly is that it's going to automatically verify the emails are actually good as we add them to our campaign, because you don't want to get a bunch of emails that are not actually the correct emails. You end up in spam and it ends up just ruining your whole campaign. So this is a really safe way to make sure that the people that you are reaching out to are in fact people within your niche, as well as people with valid emails and the people that you want to actually get in front of. After we figure out how to get the lists, we need to figure out how we're actually going to send that type of volume to this many people to make sure we're actually getting results with our emails. And to do this, we need to get multiple domains, multiple emails, and warm them up. What we don't want to do is we don't want to use our Gmail account, or we don't want to start sending a bunch of emails from your email manually, or we don't want to plug your email into a tool like Instantly and start firing off a bunch of emails. We want to be able to scale this big time. If you just use your email account or you just use one email account, you're going to burn your Gmail accounts. Meaning meaning if you send too many emails from one email, you'll start to be detected as spam. So what we need to do is we need to get multiple emails and we need to warm them up over time to build trust, and then we can start using them so that we actually land into the inbox. So basically what we want to do is we want to buy a domain and we want to set up 3 emails per domain. Each email can then send about 50 emails per day. If we want to send 150 emails per day, then we need 1 domain and we're going to set up 3 emails per that domain. If we want to send 1,500 emails a day, we need 10 domains and we need to set up 30 emails, 3 per domain. So first things first is we want to go to GoDaddy and we want to search for domains. Let's just say the name of your marketing agency is Flow Pro Marketing Agency and you're serving plumbers with lead gen. You probably already have flowpromarketingagency.com or flowpro.com. So what we want to do is we want to buy multiple variations. So I'm going to go flowpromarketing.com and I'm going to search for just different variations of it. Go Flow Pro Marketing, work with Go Flow Marketing, work with Flow Pro Marketing, based off of how many different emails that you actually want to link up. I would suggest 10 if you have the market, if you have the volume of people within your niche that you can actually reach out to. After we buy the emails, what we want to do is we want to set up the email accounts. We're going to go to workspace.google.com. We're going to click on solutions. We're going to click on Google Workspace for Business, and then we're going to click Get Started. Then what we're going to do is we're going to set up all of the domains and create the business for them inside of Google Workspace. Then what we want to do is we want to buy 3 emails per domain through Google Workspace. After we bought the domains and we set up all of the emails, now it's time to add them into Instantly and start warming them up. All we need to do is click Add New. We're going to connect a new Gmail, and then we need to follow the steps here. So on our computer, we need to open up the Gmail of the account that we just set up. We're going to click on Settings. We're going to click on the forwarding IMAP and make sure that is enabled. So when I pull this up, it will show me that IMAP is enabled as well as POP is enabled. Then what we want to do is we want to click on Next, and then we can set it up either using an app password or OAuth. The safest bet is option 1. So we go ahead and click on that. We're going to go to our Workspace admin panel. We're going to log in. Make sure the Instantly authorization app is in here. So we'll go ahead and copy this. We'll go back to our apps and we'll go ahead and add one if needed, but it should be here. We're going to click Add App. We're going to go back to the admin panel. We're going to click on Add App, Auth, or Client ID. Then we're going to go ahead and add it and click Search, and it should be connected. Then we're going to log in and rinse and repeat for all of the emails that you have set up. Then once it's done, all we need to do is click on Enable Warmup on our Instantly, and that will start sending emails to the email that you just set up and start building trust with it. Guys, this is about a 2-week process, but it's paramount for making sure that you end up in the inboxes of the people that you're reaching out to. Now that we have our emails set up and they're warming up, now it's time to think about probably one of the most important parts of cold email, which is strategy. Cold email will not work unless you're actually putting strategy into it. You're not just blasting a bunch of people and hoping that they're going to raise their hand and be super excited to start working with you. We need a strategy behind how we're actually reaching out to these people. A couple different directions that we can go when it comes to strategy. We can go uber personalized by mentioning key things about the companies that we're targeting based off of the list that we just pulled. We can send a lead magnet and leading with value in the copy in the email. We can go problem solution. I know you deal with a lot of seasonality issues. We just developed this unique selling proposition that can help you get to outcome. You can do the case study strategy, leveraging some case studies that you've had, or you can do a mix of all of them within your email copy. But making sure that you're not just blasting and hoping people are going to respond is going to be key when coming up with a strategy that's actually going to work for you. Once we decide on the approach, we need to write copy based on our strategy. For a beginner, I'd suggest going the personalization route and then also incorporating the lead magnet route. All right, now that we have the strategy defined, now comes writing the copy. There's really 2 parts of the copy. One is the subject line and 2 is the actual copy, what happens when they open it. Guys, this is the X factor to your success and the X factor in getting contacts to leads to actually close deals. Let's start with the subject line. The subject line is really meant to pique curiosity and get them to open your email. Think of it as like your first impression. What you don't want to do is you don't want to like add in your offer in the subject line that just screams cold email. You want to make it short and simple. I'm going to go to Instantly. I'm going to click on my campaigns. I'm going to click Add New. Let's just do plumbing campaign, lead gen. I'm going to click Continue. We're going to go to sequences. For my subject line, I'm just going to go hi. I'm going to go to variable. I'm going to add the leads. I'm going to the lead finder, keyword filter, the plum. So I'm going to target C-level people with plumbing, plumber, HVAC as a keyword in the United States. So I'm just going to select a couple of these and I'm going to add them to my campaign. I'm going to go back to my campaign. We're going to go to sequences and we're going to start writing our copy. Again, subject line, we're just going to go simple, hi first name. In most cases, I just use like hi first name or thoughts first name. The reason I like so simple like this is because this looks like an email that could be coming from a coworker. The goal with the subject line is to pique curiosity and actually get them to open it. content. Now that we have the subject line, let's talk about what we're actually going to write in the copy. So the biggest mistake that I see when beginners write email copy is trying to sell the whole package in the email. And they end up writing a novel thinking that the prospect's actually going to respond and be interested in reading this. That's not going to work. We need to realize that you are cold emailing likely a business owner that gets hundreds of emails every single day. And if you're trying to sell them or make them read a novel, you're going to end up in their trash bin. A good framework that I like to use is pretty simple. We're going to start with hi, first name. We're then going to go to like a personalized line, like love your commitment at company name. Looks like you're doing some excellent work in the plumbing industry. Definitely made me eager to reach out. So that's the personalized line. Obviously, we can change this up in multiple different ways. We can get more granular if we want to target people based on a specific city and much, much more. But for this case, I'm going to use this as my personalized line and way to actually compliment them. Usually with the personalized line, I like to lead with a compliment. Now, the second thing that I want to do is I want to address a specific problem that I know about their business. Now we're going to start utilizing the problems that we defined and hit them in the email that's going to pique their attention, know that you actually understand their industry and are speaking their language. Noticed a lot of plumbing companies deal with seasonality issues and struggle to consistently get an influx of consistent homeowners needing your services or new heating and AC equipment. That's the problem that we're going to call out. Then the next thing that I'm going to call out is the implication. What is the implication of this problem for plumbing companies? This makes cash flow unpredictable and probably stresses you out too. Now is when we transition into the offer. Now we want to present our solution with our unique mechanism that we brought out and our guarantee. We created what's called a pipeline social system that helps plumbing companies get up to 5 new equipment deals per week or they don't pay. We're simply just saying what our unique mechanism is, what the outcome is of our unique mechanism, and then our guarantee. Now we finally need to transition into our call to action. I just filmed a personalized video on how it works. Could I shoot it over to you? This works really well because we're not trying to sell them on the first email. We're not writing a novel. We're simply empathizing with them, presenting a problem that they are hopefully facing, that they're probably facing, and we're presenting a solution of adding value to them and allowing them to see like, hey, we've done this multiple times. Like I'm going to send you over a video on how it works, and it removes any friction or any like you're a cold emailer, you're just like blasting out to a bunch of people, and leading with value. So this can be a really solid opener because it's adding value to them and giving them a reason to raise their hand and show interest in what you're doing. You're also adding value to them before asking for that call. After we write the opening email, we want to have a series of follow-up. Basically here, we can do a few things like following up on helping you get a steady flow of leads no matter the season. Any interest in a guide that can show you how to get 5 new HVAC deals a week? Something like that. Basically, we can just add in some steps. Hey, first name, following up on helping you get an extra 5 deals per week using our pipe drive social system. Could send over that guide. Austin. Really with the follow-ups, we just need to incorporate everything that we incorporated on the first one. The pain points, we want to follow up and hit on the unique mechanism. We want to follow up and hit up on the outcome. We have the call to action with the guide. And maybe you can sprinkle in some harder call to actions like book a call with me. But on the final email, this is something that I've been incorporating that seems to be working pretty well, which is just last follow-up here. Curious if you could let me know. A, I am interested in 5 new deals per week using your system. Send me more info. B, I am interested, but follow up in 3 months. C, I'm not interested. And then D, I'm retired. So this is an easy way for people to respond. This is something that makes super easy to scan, read, and respond promptly. So now that we have the email copy written, it is now time to launch it. To do so, basically we want to save all the email, make sure that we have a good sized list of leads in here that are status of verified. Then we go back to sequences. We're going to save again. We're going to go to schedule. Typically what I do is what's realistic for me to monitor. So if you're going to be by your computer from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Perfect. We're going to save that. We're going to go to options. We're going to go ahead and uncheck stop on auto reply, which basically says that if it's an out of office responder or they're on vacation, you'll still continue to email them and they'll still be peppered through the sequence. Then we select the emails that we want to use, and then we click on launch. After it's launched, what we want to do is we want to monitor the analytics. We want to launch more campaigns using specific personalized lines and continue to add more leads to the campaigns that are performing really well. If you can follow this whole thing step by step, you will have massive success with cold email as a beginner. That's exactly what I would do if I had to start learning cold email from scratch in 2024. And also remember the software that I use to scrape the leads, warm up the domains, and set up the cold email campaign? Well, the software is called instantly.ai. You can check it out in the link in the description. It's by far the best software out there if you want to get started with cold email. Also, go ahead and click on this video right here if you want to learn how to get clients with cold email in 2024. And if you like the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.